How are we doing, everybody? So, I am on here right now to make an announcement. I will be starting a weekly talking and cooking episode. I'm thinking this is going to be on Thursdays. I will confirm a time, but I wanted to get it out there now as a little advertisement for next week. So, two of my favorite things are cooking and talking. And I take a long time to do both. But with that in mind, there are many things that need to be discussed with regard to the coaching work that I'm doing. And although I am specifically only coaching men, these cooking episodes could certainly be for anyone who wants to follow along. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to cook a dish, prepare a dish, bake a dish, whatever it happens to be. And there may or may not be some downtime, either something has to marinate or sit in the fridge for a little while or something like that. So during that time, I am going to suggest a topic and we're going to discuss it. So you can follow along and just hang out and watch, or you can cook with me. So, with that in mind, I have laid out some ingredients for what we're going to cook next Thursday. So here we are. This is what you will need if you would like to join me. So, there we are. So, we're going to need at least a couple cloves of garlic. And this is a size thing with regard to how much of this you would like to make. And I kind of wanted to keep specifically a surprise, show you the ingredients, and then tell you what we're going to make on the day. But for the first episode, I think I'll just let you know. We're going to make bruschetta, or more appropriately, bruschetta. So we're not going to do the bread. We're going to keep it simple. This time we're just going to do the bruschetta, and what you're going to need is a couple tomatoes. I am using Roma tomatoes. I like those the best for this particular recipe. Really any tomato will do. Obviously different ones have different sweetness and slightly different texture depending on whether it's off the vine or again Roma. If you don't have anything but cherry tomatoes or something like that, that still works, but I would recommend going with something a little bigger for this recipe. So, you're going to need a couple cloves of garlic. I have some fresh basil here, and you can, if you have a basil plant, that's fantastic. It's great to have your own herbs, but if you don't, you can just pick up one of these at the grocery store. In the herb section, one of those little packets. That's all you really need. You won't need much more than that. So, fresh basil, a couple cloves of garlic, a few tomatoes, 2 or 3, depending on how many people you're making them for. I would say generally 1 tomato per serving. So, then just salt and pepper, balsamic vinegar, and olive oil. I would recommend extra virgin olive oil because you're not cooking it. It's just going in raw, so you're going to want that flavor there. But as I said, really simple dish. And something easy to start with so that we can prepare something together, have a conversation, and get going with some more coaching ideas with regard to understanding from a men's perspective our emotional states. And during this trying time of our COVID pandemic, what we can do to help each other relieve those challenges and those heightened emotions and those frustrating things that we all tend to fall into. I have found that cooking is an amazingly good relief, and it helps to reduce anxiety and relieve stress. It's meditative in some points, and I'm going to keep things easy at first so that we can really take the time to delve into this without the stress of having to bounce around with 10 different pans on the stove at once, or deal with oven temperatures and all that stuff. So we'll get there. We'll get there. But I wanted to start with this, and I thought it would be a fun thing to do. Because, as I said, I love cooking and I love conversation. So we are going to start next Thursday. I will continue to update with specific times, and we're going to make some bruschetta from scratch. So not only will you be able to make a good meal, we'll have some good conversation about some specific things that are troubling and challenging, and just some good discourse about what's going on in our lives and how we can help each other be better, and some tools to use to increase your effectiveness as a person. So I'll leave it at that. As I said, see, now I'm debating whether to just throw out a time. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Let's say Thursday at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Pacific. I will be sending some video updates, and we'll take it from there. So, quick recap. Some good conversation. We're going to make some bruschetta. You need some basil. You need some fresh garlic. You need some tomatoes. You need salt and pepper. You need balsamic vinegar. And you need some extra virgin olive oil. And we are going to make bruschetta from scratch. So I will see you next Thursday. More updates to come. Talk to you all soon.